is a living weapon, half man, half machine. His human intelligence and mechanical agility strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. The Cyborg Warrior. Cyborg Warrior.
Attention, my human creators. I am a robot supervillain. Today I have risen once again to take over your world. Once again. Because sequels. Sequels.
Hello everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. My name is Micah. We are here in Houston. We're flying to Albuquerque in the Boeing 737-800. We are on the latest update of the Boeing 737 by Zibo. That is 3.39.4. So we should be seeing some interesting changes here. He's done a lot of recoding and changing of the codes. Him and Twixter, there's done a lot inside of the actual programming behind the aircraft, not necessarily anything visually, except for the Copilot now has an EFB as well, which is kind of cool if you're doing the Copilot thing. So anyway, hello Fly Luke, Serena Coney, hello, Luke Trout, Rich Me, R Gaming, the Mexican, X-Man. I do remember you this time, X-Man. We are here in Houston, like I said. We'll be taking off runway 31 left. We'll be arriving in Albuquerque on 8, doing an ILS approach, of course. We'll be giving this a shot. We don't have any air traffic control here in Houston right off the bat. I don't think so. Our gaming, according to the update stuff I saw, it was new, but I could be wrong. X-Band, I said that I recognize you this time. Anyway. First time I recognized that there was a EFB on the first officer side, but you know, maybe it's functioning EFB. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, not really anything different, except for a lot of the behind the scenes coding with the VNav, vertical speed, all that kind of stuff. All that's been reworked. So, anyway, We're going to get pushed back here momentarily. Like I said, there's no control currently in Houston or Houston Center. We will pick up control once we hit Dallas-Fort Worth Center, which will not be too far off, maybe 45 minutes once we're in the air. Then we'll have control all the way through Dallas, Albuquerque, all the way into Albuquerque. So anyway, let's go ahead and cut the call for the pushback here started, so we can get this thing on the way. They coming? Did it actually call? Oh, you know what? I think I have radios down all the way on the sound. Yeah, I do. That's what it is. My bad. My bad. Yep, there he is right there. Perfect. That was my apologies. I had turned it down. I was flying offline, and I was having, I can't remember what exactly I was doing. Something with the replay, and there's audio coming back through it, so I turned the radios down. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're going to get going here. Wait for this guy to push me up.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, fantastic. Ready to connect. Wait for him to connect up here. It'll be kind of a relaxed stream tonight. Not really do anything crazy. Like I said, not a lot of coverage right now on this route for traffic. But this is setting me up for a later run. I'm moving this 737-800 from Houston to Albuquerque. Then I'm going to fly it from Albuquerque to maybe LAX, and then LAX up to Seattle. I did the Mexican about the sound. Yeah, I didn't read much into it, but I did see that it did come out here. All right, let's go ahead and kill the packs here. Ground on the number 2 engine here. Wait for it in 2 to reach 25, and we'll add the fuel. Guess I should make a call here. Houston traffic, Solaris 1133 pushing back on ramp 23. Yeah, dude, with all the issues that X-Plane's had recently with frames and everything like that, like my settings, guys, are on medium, and most of my other settings are down like all the way, just so I don't get kicked off of what do you call it? Just so I don't get kicked off of VATSIM. Because of their new 20 frames or higher rule, if you drop below that for more than 10 seconds, you get kicked off. And I get that. I understand that. And again, nothing against VATSIM for doing that. But, you know, I'm just ready for something that's actually optimized, and I don't have to worry about my game crashing all the time or being able to actually fly. With decent frame rates. So anyway,
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Get that park brake set there. Starting engine number 1 now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I hope it's stable when it comes out. They've done, from what I understand, they're kind of doing it right. They're doing a lot of the back work on it now with all the different testers and stuff out there. So hopefully it'll come out on the good side. See, we're going to go 3-1 left here. Yeah, they're listening to people, which is fantastic. But you want to see, we're going to be via hotel mic. Like that in there. Sit that out there. Get my air back on. That's set. APU bleeds. APU comes off. Continuous, continuous. It's already set. Perfect. Collision lights are on. Don't need any of those. Taxi lights come on. All right. Houston traffic, Solaris 1133, taxiing runway with 31 left via hotel mic.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
And let's get my flaps down. And he's clear. We're good. All right, let's get flipped around here. And we're going to be turn all the way to there. That's going to be on. So keeping an eye out, making sure no traffic or here. We're going to run into anything or anything like that. All right. There's no other departing traffic. Well, there's one other guy departing. United 1467. It should be pushing back from a gate over here. Or it could be down there. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I'm on Windows. On Windows, and I'm using Streamlabs OBS actually as my encoding software. Right, make sure we're clear on both sides. Again, we are not in a controlled airport right now, so we want to make sure that I'm not going to get hit by anyone. Got to really pay attention on those uncontrolled airports. I'm going to break it up just a little here before I make this turn. Got to make sure I'm turning less than 15 knots. Nope, never used VR. Never have. Never even tried it. I'm sure it'd be cool, but just never been something that's been on my list there. If I wonder why I put my I'll turn them back on, why I put my strobe lights on, and I wish it wouldn't give that announcement automatically. But why I do that is when you're crossing a quote-unquote active runway, you want to make sure that everyone can see you, and so I turn on your landing lights and your strobes so that you're noticeable, even in daylight. But even with that being said, you still got to pay attention and look so that you are safe when you're crossing. All right, so we'll be departing via the Retry 5 departure. We're going to climb 16,000 feet, then we'll continue flying to 340. We should be departing to the northwest, about 312 course. They'll make a left turn. In case of an engine failure, we'll immediately return to the airport or go to one of the other Houston airports that are in the area if we have to. Whether it's a bird strike or fire, doesn't matter. We'll return to the airport immediately onto the longest active runway, which will be 31 left, or vice versa, 13 right. No, X-Man, I don't think so. You can make the laptops as great as you want, but they'll never be able to beat a desktop because of cooling. All about the cooling. The desktop, you can cool stuff a lot more, and that allows you to push your things to a higher limit. Now, I don't know about the specific, the latest version of Alienware's laptops. I'm sure they probably have better specs than mine does. But that's okay. I don't have the greatest. Now let's get ready for takeoff here. Don't have the greatest aircraft. I'm sorry, aircraft. Oh my gosh. I don't have the greatest PC in the world. Wonder. ARA. Yoke checklist before takeoff. Alright. Second, let me put it in the text here.
Hobby traffic, Southwest 2706 is left base, runway 31 left.
Left base. Okay. Gotta get out of here. Houston hobby traffic, Solaris 1133, departing runway 31 left. Taking this left base, so we gotta get on out of here.
Houston traffic.
Hello, Andrew.
Houston traffic, Southwest 6546, taxi 231 left via Charlie Mike.
80 knots.
80 knots cross check. Everything's looking good. B1, rotate.
One, rotate. Positive rate.
Hold her up, hold her up. You're coming up.
Southwest 2706 is 10-mile final, runway 31 left.
Houston hobby traffic, Solaris 1133, turning into 275 on departure out. Last call for Solaris 1133. Alright. We're out of here. Nice and easy. A little bit of wind, but nothing too crazy. Turbulence up in here. See me fighting a little bit. Alright, let's get the autopilot on. Goes off. Off. Engine start switches. Auto and auto. Taxi light can come off. Perfect. Cabin pressurization. Let's make sure we're all good on the cabin pressurization. Let's climb in. Altitude is moving. Okay. Cool. And no contact necessary. Go checklist after takeoff. Make sure we're good. Air conditioning pressurization has been set. Engine start switches set. Landing gear up and off. Auto brake is off. Flaps up. No lights. Altimeter is set already. 3014. Alright. Go and release the cabin crew. Let them know they're free to move about the cabin here. Get ready for services. Nice and easy out of Houston. Alright, get rid of that. We'll maintain this for now.
Houston traffic, Southwest 6546 is crossing 224 at Charlie.
Tolas 319 photos I put in Discord. Let me go look at them. Screenshots. Oh, there they are. That look nice. I'm not a huge fan of the dark clouds, but you know, you can't really fix that with X-Plane. It's the way they do their stuff. But it does look nice. Alright, 10,000 feet. Setting lights off. And we're going to check the cabin pressurization, make sure we're all... It's accidental. Make sure we're all good. Good to me. Fasten seatbelts, we'll put that to auto. Recall on the left, recall on the right, heading bug, just adjust that to the track we're on. 277. Limiters will go to standard once we reach 18,000. Alright. Perfecto. Beautiful. Beautiful day. So, like last time, I'm flying the new Solaris livery, slash Flight Club livery that I made for myself here, for those in the Solaris VA. And freeze frame. Oh no. That was strange. Let's get back in the cockpit here. Yep, you're still latest. I've had some other people donate, but it was through Super Chat, and Super Chat doesn't go through that, what do you call it? What do you call it? It's a, widget. Plugin. That widget, yeah. Victor, yes. It's a mod plugin. It's called X Checklist, and then on the actual Zibo forum page, there's a link to this version here. What is Solaris? I'm glad you asked. The Solaris VA is a virtual airline, which is all over the world. Myself, and well, he's not here, Brandon Banks, but we're part of it. Really good group of people, really good guys and gals that like to fly virtually, and so flying one of the routes right now. So really good. If you're wanting to get into a virtual airline or something like that, I highly recommend you check them out. Let's go ahead and crank up to 340. All right. A little bit bumpy up here. Solaris VA is free. There's no cost to it. I will always give you the caution, though. I always encourage you to join, but do not join unless you know what you're doing. Don't fly. You know, don't fly for a VA if you're going to be crashing and stuff, because they take that seriously. Can you fly TBM? Let me see. Let me see if they got a TBM in. I don't know if they have a TBM in their fleet. Let me see. They might have it on the their feeder. Let's see, fleets and Solaris feeder. Let's see if there's no, not in that. What about let's switch over standard here. Yep, I got 2 TBMs through the corp sides. So we have corp jets and corp like corporation planes. They got 2 TBM 900s. One's up in it's north of Vancouver right now, and one's at K-Cub. So yeah, they got 2 TBMs. You can fly around, and they're both open right now, actually. So I still need to get the TBM. It's just I'm just holding off right now, you know, because of X-Plane 11. It's going to be dead after 2020 comes out. Saying so, kind of holding off. And I know because we've seen it. The TBM is already in Flight Simulator 2020. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll leave it pure cruise for a little while. Not too terribly long, shorter than some of the flights I've done on here. Right, yeah, absolutely. I do know the G1000 set. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert or anything, but the Cessna Citation Mustang, which I've flown a bit, is a G1000 cockpit. So PBNs don't have AP, they don't have autopilot. That's interesting. Well, they have a G1000, and pretty much every G1000 has a version of autopilot. It may not be like, they may not have vertical navigation or lateral navigation, but I'm sure they have like a vertical speed, a altitude hold, or something like that. I mean, even the Cessnas. Oh, auto throttle. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of smaller aircraft won't have auto throttle. Like Cessnas don't have auto throttle. Beechcraft Barons don't have auto throttle. The pretty much props. I mean, I don't know if any prop actually has auto throttle, because it's a little bit different when you're running a prop, because you're having to also worry about feathering and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think they actually. There may be some issues with trying to do that or something. I don't know. I'm speaking to the world right now. I have no idea. No idea. Yeah, I don't even know if they do. Like, what's happening? Things are getting foggy. I'm not passing out, am I? No, it would get black. What's... I pass through like a layer of clouds or something? Yeah, it's like getting... Oh, you know what? Window heats. I did not turn on my window heats. I missed that in the checklist. Dadgummit. Haha. Yep. Thank you, Brady. Yep, I just caught that. Oopsies. It'll clear up. Just got to give it some time. I always put it into overheat if I needed to, but that is cool. Yeah, there's Coronado does that. I know with their Cessna 172, not Cessna 172, they're 185. On several Coronado aircraft, they do the same thing. Starting to clear up again. Window heat, it matters. Yes, Andrew. Yep. I like mods that are. I like aircraft that allow you to do that. It does add a bit of realism into it. It's a pain if you don't want that realism. I'm sure usually there are options to turn them off, though. But I do really like those. Add that realism into it. It's pretty cool. There's a couple I have that are like that. I think the Cessna 172 REP mod has that. Another one that has that. I don't remember what it is that I have. I know the flight factors have that sort of built in, but the 757, 767 doesn't have persistence maintenance. Well, it kind of does. It's like if you don't do the maintenance before you fly, and you fly it a couple times, and like the third or fourth time you fly, something may break. Like it's that kind of persistence. I do have the Airbus A320 by Flight Factor. I haven't flown it in a while because its performance is dreadful. I fly an Airbus, usually it's the A319 by Tolis because the frames are a lot better. All right, top climb 15. I am using the latest version. Yep, this is 3.39.4. 3.39.4. So we should see how this works on the what do you call it, on the descent, because one of my biggest critics of the last updates in 0.38 was on the descent. It would always put the top of descent way too close to the actual airport and cause you to have to do like descent rates of like 3,500 to 4,000 feet per minute, which causes your speed to spike and everything like that. So I was always having issues with that, and I was like, this is not realistic. They would not do this in real life. So I'd always go into manual mode and just do a vertical speed descent further on out to try to get in. So I'm really hoping that now it's going to be a little bit better and a little bit more smooth. We'll find out though once we get there. Brady flew the A320 today for the first time in a while and wasn't the best at it because it's rusty. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, man. You signed up. Fantastic. It never used to work for you, but now it does. It works with VNAV. That's good. That's good. Maybe they fixed it, all the little issues they were having. Be cool if you could look out the window. Which window? Which window, sir? Side window? Front window? I can give you multiple windows. Oh, like a 360 video? Yeah, it's not really possible. Leo, yes, I do. He's ex-pilot. VATSIM. One man, one truck. Are you excited for Flight Simulator 2020? I am very excited for it. I'm always excited for new flight simulators. This one in particular, because it's kind of bringing together a lot of the critiques flight simulators the last decade, kind of bringing it all into one and be like, okay, so here is, basically what the flight sim community's been asking for a very long time. No, I have not gotten to get to test the alpha. I've been putting myself in to be able to test the alpha and help them out in that way, but I have not been given that privilege. Is the Flight Factor A320 worth the money? I'm going to say no, and that's only because it's performance issues. Like for the price point, $90, right? It's for that price point. There should be better optimization. You shouldn't be worrying about running it like 20 frames per second. Should be more like the Tolis, and the fact that you can actually run it decent 40, 45 frames per second. But it's not like that. And again, that's probably because the, it's probably because of more of the detail. There's more detail in the 320 by that Flight Factor. But at the same time, like, I could lose a little bit of that detail, and so I can maintain the performance. What do you think of the new X-Pilot update? 20 frames per second disconnected. They plan on removing the update. It's annoying when you get lag spikes, especially with the Flight Factor 320. So, no, as far as I know, they're not planning on removing it. My understanding, it's kind of they've been needing to do this for a while, and now it's just finally doing it. Basically, yeah, so it basically has ruled out some aircraft that you just can't fly on X-Pilot, and that is what it is. Yeah, I use Process Lasso myself, so it's this constant battle of they're trying to keep their network smooth, and part of the way they're doing that is by getting rid of people that are below 20 frames per second consistently over 30 seconds. It was a 10-second window, but I think they increased it to 30 seconds, which is, thank God they did that. Because people, exactly what you're talking about, getting lag spikes where they're dropping down into 20 for 4 or 5 seconds, and they come back out, and it's like, oh no, kick, you're gone. Even though it was supposed to be 10 seconds, but it really wasn't. Because I personally had gotten kicked off multiple times. I'm like, I'm running in 35, 40 frames per second. Why am I getting kicked off? And it was because I get a lag spike for like a second or two, and then boom, I was gone. So I totally get the reason behind it, and I don't disagree with it. Right. Yep, exactly. You're absolutely right, Andrew. Absolutely right. What I've actually had to do, because on the controller side, right, so I'm a ground controller in Portland. On the controller side, what I've had to do is anticipate where people are going to be. So, like, even though you're not actually to the runway yet, I anticipate that you're actually already there because I know that I'm behind. So yeah, so there's pros and cons to it. I think X-Plane itself is the issue, and I was speaking to some of the people in Solaris about this today. My theory was this last update kind of hit everyone hard on the frames. So like I lost personally, I lost about 15 frames, just boom, right off the bat. And I was like, why is this happening? What changed? They did the whole new model or whatever, and blah blah blah. Anyway, I think it's actually a ploy by Lemonade Research. And of course, it's totally a conspiracy theory. Okay, I'm totally speaking conspiracy theory here, but we've seen it with other companies doing something similar. I think they've intentionally released an update that has decreased frames per second, so when they release Vulcan, they can hold true to their claim that it increases frames about 10 to 15 across the board. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I think the only reason that they released this last update that hit the frame so hard was because of the update that's coming with Vulcan, which I'll be happy when it gets here. I just think it's a little too convenient that right before they release Vulcan, which is supposed to increase everyone's frames 10 to 15 frames for the most part, then we're losing 10 to 15 frames pretty much across the board. So I don't know. That's just my conspiracy theory. What Vulcan? Look at that X-Man. It's a update that's coming 11.5 for X-Plane, changing the engine that X-Plane runs off of. How will Vulcan update work? That is a good question. I do not know the answer to. My guess is it's going to be just like any other update. It's going to be a lot larger, and it's probably going to take a lot longer to install because you're probably going to end up getting rid of a good portion of the base code to work with that. The issue with that is it's going to cause an issue with all these others. What do you call it? All these others aircraft flight factor, A320, things like that aren't going to be able to work until they get them fixed. So yeah, how do I get the Solaris Air Discord? It should be in the, so if you go into solarisva.org, you go to you sign up and everything, go to the resources, and you'll be able to find the handbook. Read the whole handbook, and in the handbook, I don't know exactly where, I don't remember, there is the link to the Discord. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I do have a Discord server. That is my Discord server. Feel free to come and join us. It's free for anybody to join. But those who do want to support me in a more financial way, you can do so on patreon.com/MNFlightClub. $3 a month is the base one, and you can help support me financially that way if you'd like to. Got some patches that I just ordered today, over $180 worth of patches that are going to be coming in. That'll be shipping out to all the new and old Patreons who are current. Really cool patch. Let me see if I can get the proof that they sent me, so you guys can see what it looks like here. Let's see here. There it is. Here's the proof. Let's see if I can get this on the screen. There we go. So these patches right here are going to be so yeah, so these are the patches. They're going to be coming in. Anyway, those will be going out. Kind of cool in my opinion, but you know. Which is better, 747 to A380? 747. And that's mainly, so 747 because it's more versatile. In general, the A380 is a more advanced and better flying aircraft, more efficient. But the 747 is more versatile in its cargo and passenger capacity. The cargo capability of the 747 is still unmatched, which is why it's called the Queen of the Skies. There's no other commercial aircraft besides the Antov, oh, I'm going to say the wrong number, 225 or something like that, I can't remember, has a nose lift, like where the nose lifts up so that you can actually put large cargo into it. I use Streamlabs OBS to record and stream my videos. Yes, I got it right. Oh, by the way, I wonder if I still have that picture. I actually saw one. Yeah, I was absolutely astonished. Let me see if I can find it. Picture it. It was in when I went to Arizona. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find it in my photos here. Yes, Leo, you can do that. Problems here. Let's see if I can find it at the end. Where's the end here? Nope, not in that one. Gonna have to find it here. Have you ever landing in LOL? No, I have not. They'll let you know within 24 hours. They'll send you an email letting you know you've been approved. So just hang tight. They'll get it to you. Oh, yep, there it is, right there. Let me get this on the screen here. It's not a good photo, but I was in Arizona and there she be. I was absolutely surprised. I saw the Russian flag on the side. I was like, wait, what? And then I saw the 4 engines. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Antov 225. So I had to take a picture of it. Not the best picture, but that was cool that I got to see one. Yes, I did hear about the aircraft dropping fuel on the school. Yeah, there's all kind of a hoopla about that. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be able to sue them and get a lot of money, and they'll never have any really long-term health issues. So on the backside of it, they're going to be better off. Yep. And what they'll probably do is they'll probably end up settling something like, I think it was Delta. They'll probably come out and say, hey, um, you know, we're terribly sorry this happened. We'll pay for all your medical bills, and then we'll put such a certain amount of money into like a college fund for the kids. Probably something like that is what they'll end up doing, and probably all the parents will. I'll take that. We're about 40, range between about 39 to 45, so it varies. And that's so. My settings here: visual effects medium, texture quality high, anti-aliasing 1, number world objects low, reflection detail minimum, and no draw parked aircraft and no shadows. That's what I had to do in order to maintain 40 frames per second while on VATSIM. Yeah. You're right. I mean, I don't know that's what they're going to do. You never really know, but I wouldn't be surprised. Keep everything, out of the papers and stuff, and be like, hey, we'll just do this for you. $513 top of descent. It's going to put us at about hour and 12 minutes from now. We arrive, so getting 7 in your flight from LAX to Dallas Fort Worth. In the Zibo? That was 50 minutes till top of descent. And about an hour until we actually, hour and 15 until we actually get there. That's about right. Leo, so, the A319, well, yeah, there you go, there's why. The why I do more live streams recordings, so originally I did recordings of stuff, but then kind of got into this whole live thing. Basically, I keep recordings for reviews of stuff and tutorials and everything else I live stream, basically flights and stuff. And I like it because I get to interact. It's partially because, I don't have to make up conversation, but also because I get to interact live with other people. And it's way more enjoyable that I'm able to, show you guys something at the same time I'm talking to you about it on the fly. You need to know something, you have questions, whatever. I can just be like, hey, well, this is how I do it. This is what you can find that. This is where this is, whatever. It's kind of like a question and answer session for all of y'all at the same time. For me, I get the benefit of being able to interact and have feedback, live feedback, right as I'm doing things, which is always pretty cool. I think it's one of the neatest things that has come out of the last couple decades. Hello, Dean. Welcome. To talk to you. I don't know if that's such a huge benefit as much as it's just a benefit for me. Well, thank you, Leo. I appreciate that compliment. I try to keep it as clean and simple as possible. I actually haven't set up my approach fully yet, but it's going to be an ILS onto runway 8 in Albuquerque. There should be. Right now, Albuquerque Center is still online. I'm hoping that they stay online. Or maybe even like approach or something hops on. No guarantee though on that. Never know with VATSIM. People get on and off different varying times. Some people are only on there for an hour. Sometimes they're on there for 3, 5, 6, who knows. Sometimes they have handoffs. Currently, Albuquerque Center's been online for 2 hours. Oh, look, we got another Solaris guy flying. 44,000 feet. Holy cow. He's flying the Challenger 300. That's high. I mean, it's a valid flight level. It's just the aircraft is just really high. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. We got Albuquerque Center online. Phoenix Tower's online, but I'll be entering their airspace here until maybe 30 minutes or so. I'll probably cut into it. Yeah, it's a little high, but it's not. The Challenger can do that. I wonder what the actual top altitude for the Challenger is. Now I'm curious. Now I'm going to look it up, and I'm going to tell you guys. Because now I'm actually curious what the top altitude is. Let's see. 45,000 feet. So he's close to it. And it's actually, he's at 43,000 is what he's set to, not 44. Yeah, he's at 43,000. Which works with RVSM, so no issue there. It can be, yeah, or it could be, depends on the situation. If there are winds up at that altitude, it wouldn't be. You guys want some music, or you want to keep it just the sound of the aircraft? Oh my gosh, Andrew. I don't know. How can you do... there's no way I can maintain 5. The sound of aircraft, okay. Still got a little bit of ways to go here. Oh, we're getting there. 345 miles. So, less than an hour. Tap on one of them. Yeah, I got you. That would make it easier. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers out there. We appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and following me here as I continue my live streaming and YouTube journey on flight simulators and the like. Don't forget to hit that bell notification icon as well. You don't want to miss any of these live streams or uploads of videos. And YouTube does not send out notifications if you are only subscribed. You have to hit that bell notification icon. Be sure to do that. Of course, you can join the Discord as well and get notified there if you want to get notified that way. I don't plan to, Leo, but I mean, he was in it for 5 years. I've only been in it for, what, 2.5 now, so not even that. So if I want to do that, it'd be a while. 319 or 737, 8 or 9. Oh, that's up to you, whatever you would like. I think you should at least try the new, as long as everything works on the approach. You should at least try the new Zibo, the new update. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate that. Don't forget, guys, if you want to put $3 a month to me, that's no big deal. Don't forget to like the button. Like the video, hit the like button. Helps the YouTube algorithm, so I get more views, possibly more subscribers. Continue this climb up in the sky. And of course, you can just want to send me a one-time little tip or whatever, and do so at Streamlabs. It's through PayPal. Better that than YouTube Super Chat. Super Chat, they take 30%. What's new? The Zibo update, haven't updated mine. It's a lot. There's a lot of new... It's not... Okay, feature-wise, there's not a lot of new features, but there's a lot of coding that's been rewritten and fixed. So, including supposedly the VNav and vertical speed and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to see how that works out on the descent. Ascent was great. No issues there. We're going to see how it works on the descent. Let's do an outside view. It's the new livery that I created for Solaris VA slash Flight Club. It's the FC, stands for Flight Club, Solaris on the side, and my quote unquote, I don't know what my saying or whatever, up in the sky. Same on both sides here. The aircraft is saying ETC time is 0:43, but I'm indicating and it is 0:53. Are you using real world time? No, I'm not. I have actually cranked it back. So my ETC time is actually, that's my ETC time is 21:32. That's because I went back about 3 hours because I wanted to fly in the day. I usually fly at night in real life, and I usually take you know, I usually actually fly with real time. So I've gotten complaints recently that I'm always flying at night, so I'm like, okay, I'll start flying at day too. So I cranked the time back so it would fit with that. Of course, it's quite bright for the night. I am flying with real world weather, of course. That will maintain the same, unless I do like a historical flight or something that I could pull historical data. But in most cases, it's going to maintain the real world weather. I'll change the times up and stuff as I need to. Right. Yep, Leo, that's correct. Yep, UTC time in my simulation is 21:33, which I know is not at all what it currently is. So it's currently what, 00:55. X-Man, I can't help you. I can't help you. Turn all your settings all the way down. If that's what you get. That's what you get. I can't help you with that. Sounds like you need a new PC. Later, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by. How long is the flight? We'll be up in the air for a little bit, about an hour, a little bit under that, and then we'll be on the ground in Albuquerque. So not too much longer. We'll start a descent here in about 30 minutes. How do you change the clock on? How do you change the clock to show current time, if that is possible? I would have to change the time of day to track real world time and date, and then it would change. But then it would also get dark. So. Well, there's a difference between the frames stink and the non-existent frames that X-Men is claiming. Frame stink is 2025, something like that, right? But he's claiming he's getting 5 to 8 frames. So alrighty, let's see here. 280 miles top descent. We're gonna wait. We're 200 miles out from Albuquerque. We'll set up our approach. So 186 miles. Current speed. Roughly 15 minutes from now. There's like no clouds. That's one thing about X-Plane I don't like. The repeating scenery. It's so obviously repeated. It's just like, come on. They could have done better, right? Could have done better. I know you can, of course, download satellite imagery. Of course, you know what Flight Simulator 2020 is doing. Whole world satellite imagery, so. I've used Ortho. I've used that before. When does 2020 come out? I don't know. This year. No, it's after March, Faith. Because I saw their roadmap. My assumption is it's going to be summertime. Because the roadmap shows up to March, and it's not, doesn't say release. It's like, you know, release of new roadmap or some new roadmap or something like that. I can't remember. They haven't really released a specific time. I think that's a wise decision. Because it allows them to take the time they need to actually make a good flight simulator and not just, you know, release something that's not good, you know. Are you going to switch to FS 2020 or stay with X-Plane 11? I am going... Yeah, I see a cloud. Yeah, this one right there. I am going to get Flight Simulator 2020. I am going to fly Flight Simulator 2020 a little bit. See how I like it. If I love it, I absolutely will switch over to 2020 without question. If there's a lot of issues with it, then I'll stay with X-Plane 11 until they, you know, fix those issues. If it doesn't have all the features that I want, I may stay with X-Plane 11 anyway. I'm not going to make that judgment until I have flown in both of them, and I may even do a comparison video if y'all want me to do that, and be like, okay, this is what you get in this is what you get in this. You know, it's your choice. But from what I've seen, 2020 is going to definitely kill X-Plane 11 just across the board. It's going to be, in my personal opinion, just as realistic, if not more, but at the same time, it's going to be so much more beautiful and more performance optimized, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, it may struggle on lower end PCs, but it's going to give us the capability to run something decently at only, you know, at 60 frames per second, which is what we want. So I don't know, Leo. We'll see. I know with FSX, at the time, FSX had, you know, it was different. The FSX had at the time was groundbreaking on the flight model. And then X-Plane 10 came out, and kind of took over the flight model thing, and the X-Plane 11 came out and killed FSX. I don't know if... I do know that they have rewritten the entire flight model. I don't know what kind of flight model they've done. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Hope Logitech yokes and panels work. I'm sure that they'll make it compatible. I mean, so many people have them. It wouldn't make any sense not to. I do know that honeycomb yoke will be compatible with it. They already made that announcement. And the Bravo throttle quadrant will also be compatible with it. So right out of the box, which is really cool. Yes, it is worth the money. It's so smooth and so... There's 0 dead zones. Like, there's none. There's no dead zones at all. People don't believe it, but there's none. It's fantastic. It is expensive, $250. It's not like anyone can buy it. I understand that. But if you got the money and you're debating between getting that and any of the other yokes, that price or lower, go with it. Simple as that. Go with it. Well worth the money, in my opinion. I'm using CH product rudder pedals and a Thrustmaster HOTUS throttle. So not at all what you probably would expect. But the CH products rudder pedals, they work. They're not good, but they work. The Thrustmaster HOTUS throttle stinks, but it's all I got right now. And I'm going to hold on to it until Bravo throttle quadrant comes out by Honeycomb. I'm going to buy that. In regards to the Logitech instrument panels, are they good? Are they worth it? Some of them. So I would say if you're going to get one, get the radio panel, especially if you fly VATSIM or anything like that. If you don't fly VATSIM, maybe that's not the one for you. But if you fly VATSIM, IVO, Pilot Edge, anything like that, I highly recommend getting the radio panel because it makes things so much easier with changing frequencies on the fly between different ATC controllers. So it's just definitely recommend that if you're doing online flying. If you're not doing online flying, you could get something like the multi-panel or something like that. But I've had issues with getting that compatibility with X-Plane 11, getting it to work properly. So, Leo, yeah, it's the throttle from the... So the Thrustmaster HOTUS, it was like their $50 HOTUS or whatever, and I just unplugged the joystick, and I'm just flying with the using the throttle on it to give me the throttle control. It's definitely not what you should do, but it's all I got right now. And I'm not going to spend money on something like the Logitech ones, the Satec/Logitech throttle quadrant or the CH Products throttle quadrant. Not going to do it. Not worth the money. They're not worth the money. I had two Logitech throttle quadrants and they both broke on me. So I was like, you know what? I'm done wasting money in that, and I'm not going to spend money on a CH product thing, which is giant, and it also is not a full, range. It's like so small. It's nope, not worth it. So I'm holding off till the Bravo throttle quadrant comes out, which is beautiful. Looks amazing. And if they at all keep the same quality, it's going to be amazing. So about 300 miles out now. Not quite in Albuquerque's airspace yet. Well, I disapprove of that as well. Like I said, I don't think Logitech throttle is worth the money. I think you're basically putting money down the toilet. That's my opinion. Thrustmaster rudder pedals. I have not tried those. They look good. I've never used them, so I don't know. The honeycomb yoke is fantastic, but you know, you're getting the money from your parents, so your parents are going to make that call on what you get, what you don't get. And I can't disagree with that. I've used my own money, so you know. If you guys are, you know, young and you don't have the money or whatever, start doing some jobs or stuff. You know, do some summer jobs or something, or you know, cut some people's lawns on the Saturday. You know, find money. There's money everywhere. You can find it. There's plenty of opportunities. Save up and then you know, come to them and be like, hey, I got the money. Let's do it. You know. Do what I live. I want to say thank you so much because all your videos I've learned a lot of things I didn't know. By the way, can you do an Xvision mod guide to explain the surreal graphics mod? Sure. I could do that. I'm using Xvision now. But thank you, Tap, for all of that. Appreciate that compliment. I could do a guide on that. That's not an issue. It gets really complicated. I basically just used a template and then adjusted one of the little settings, so it's not a lot that I'm doing differently than you can do. Faith, if you use FSP3, don't get the Logitech multi-panel. Have it and it barely works. It's the same for X-Plane 11. It barely works. Yeah. Cool thing about the honeycomb is that it has the switches for all the lights, the master switches and the avionics switches, and the turnkey for starting the engines, like on a Cessna and stuff like that, built into the panel. So kind of gets rid of most of the multi-panel stuff except for the landing gear thing. Dean, you use the Thrustmaster rudder pedals and you think they work great. Awesome. Awesome, Dean. Exactly, yeah. I'm looking forward to their throttle quadrant as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Use a mouse. Hey, if that's what you got, it's what you got. You could also go out and buy a cheap Logitech what do you call them? Joysticks. That's what I used at first. It was a $30 Logitech joystick, so usually it costs about the same as a mouse. Right. How long until we contact Albuquerque Center here? Too much longer. Plus 10 minutes, maybe we'll contact Albuquerque Center. Maybe a little bit less. Let's see. Getting close to their airspace. Don't switch over to them.
American 1022 does American 1022 does not maintain 5,000. American 1022 Sky Harbor is going to be 10 miles at your 1 to 2 o'clock report to field site. Was that for Delta 1022? Correction, Delta 1022. Yeah, we got those fields in sight. We're a bit high for the arrival. Yep, Delta 1022, give me a right 360 descend and maintain 5,000. 5,000 right 360 degrees for Delta 1022, thanks.
in the real world, all centers are online all the time. Which is over 18,000 feet. Below that, kind of on your own, you maintain visual separation, unless you're inside of an approach or tower control, at which point they will give you directions. So there's never like a point where you don't know what frequency to be on. And there's always flight planning that goes in before you go anywhere. You look at the frequencies, the approach, the tower, the whatever, and so you contact them. And there's charts, so like a VFR chart. Let me bring one up here on the page so you guys can see it. And we'll go down here to where we're going to. We'll go to Albuquerque here. Let's see if I can find it here. Albuquerque. All right, let's pull this up. All right, so you'll on the VFR charts here, you'll actually so this right here is the limit for control for Albuquerque approach, and you'll notice that this part of the step here is between the base is 6,900 feet, and the top altitude is 9,400 feet, and that's the same all the way across. So tower controls at Albuquerque surface to 9,400, and then out from there, this is about 5 miles. It goes 69 to 94, 78 to 94 over here. And that is the control space of Albuquerque. And any airport's going to have that, any control airport. But what about non-control airports? Well, let's see if we can find it. I don't know if he's on here. Let's see. Mountain Air, there's one. Yeah. Well, that's not really what I'm looking for. Mid-Valley. Yeah, here we go. Mid-Valley. Mid-Valley is an uncontrolled airport, which means that there's no tower control. And what you would actually contact is 122.9. That's the Unicom frequency for that airport. That's what you would communicate with all the other pilots. So there's charts out there that give you all the information you need.
American 670, contact Denver Center 135.6 today. 35.6, we'll see you next time.
Aaron, no, I would have, but I wanted to fly the new update of the Zibo, and I was going to fly for the VA, and there wasn't one available up there, so I was like, well, guess I'll fly this one. And this one needed to go to Seattle anyway, because someone loaded packages up in it and didn't unload it, so I had to take these packages up to Seattle. So stopping off in Albuquerque, and then tomorrow I'm going to fly a couple more legs to get up to Seattle.
Delta 2018, Albuquerque Center is closing for the evening. Monitor advisory.
No. No. Why? Why?
Southwest 3762.
Right before I got there. Man.
Southwest 1257, Albuquerque Center is closing for the evening. Monitor advisory and have.
Ugh. That is a shame. Such a shame. Guess we'll be flying Unicom all the way in. Care to explain what? So many people yelling on the comms right now. I wouldn't want to be a part of that. If people are yelling, that's nope. Why am I saying no? Oh, because Albuquerque Center just got offline. So we're not going to have ATC all the way. Entire time, no ATC. You can come all the way. Oh well. Yeah, I will have a nice peaceful arrival. There's no other traffic going into Albuquerque, so it'll be all me on the approach. So it'll be nice. I'm doing well, sir. Thanks for asking. Enjoying life. Not too long. We'll do some approach planning. Leo, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. See you next time. To rate my landing. I'll take it. How can you update the FMC? You mean the navigational data? Navigraph. I hope it'll be better as well. I hope it will be as well. Hey, well, it's all right, you know. By the way, Aaron, I do want to say thank you again for the $10 that you sent through Super Chat on last stream. Appreciate that greatly. And the 737, I mean, what do you mean by update? Because that's like very vague. Like, make it, like, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by update. I am Steve. Yes, I am Solaris 190. That's my number. I am, and I'm flying a custom-made Solaris livery that I made for myself for the flight club / Solaris for the 737. Your 387, cool dude. This might be the first full ATC flight too. Nice. I love those. This will be a flight without any ATC the entire way, which is okay, I guess. Y'all like it? That's cool. Glad y'all like it. Worked on it for about 4 hours one afternoon. I think I'll make it available to I have an idea, actually. I have an interesting idea. I'm gonna have to flush that out and talk to K-Man about that. Anyway, had a good idea kind of in my brain. Can't talk about it yet because I can't guarantee it'll happen, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm really excited about these patches, guys. If you're at my Discord, you've seen me send the photos out. But I'm really, really excited about them. I think they're going to look really cool when they come out, and I'm really excited to send them off to everybody who supported me on Patreon. Join the flight club that way. That's going to be a lot of fun. Love to see what y'all do with them too. I'm going to bring up that proof again. And bring that up on the... So that's the that is the patch that's going to be sent out to all Flight Club members. think it's a pretty cool idea, kind of like a flight, you know, flight patch kind of deal. Anyway, I think it's pretty neat. If you guys want one, best thing you can do is head on over to patreon.com/mmflightclub, and you can join there for as low as $3, and you'll get the patch as well as some other benefits as well. And that all supports me, of course. Landed the MSP for the deep freeze event right now. I think the weather up in MSP is bad. So yes, it is bad. It's really, really cold. It's like in the 20s and it's snowing. All right, let's get this flight planning on the way here. Let's check the weather. In Albuquerque, winds, we're not from 20 degrees, which is just, that's calm wind, so we're good on that. Pressure is 30.34. Okay. All right, let's bring up the heavy tab here. Get rid of that. Don't need any of that now. We will need Albuquerque here. The arrival is the Lizard 3 arrival. And the approach, right now we're looking for the ILS lock runway 8 for our approach here. And I constantly get complaints from people, I can't see it. So let me make it bigger here. Y'all can see it. All right. Hopefully y'all can see that better now. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're looking at a couple things. Again, the approach looks fine. Do want to go ahead and go to the descent page forecast and actually get rid of all this. So get rid of all that. Go to the charts page. We're going to go to the descent portion of our flight brief. We're going to put in these numbers here. We're going to start at 20,000, 15, and 10. So I use Navigraph that incorporates inside of Avitab. So if you have Navigraph charts/data, it incorporates into Avitab. And so that's what I'm using here. I highly recommend it. It's well worth the money. If you can't pay for that, can't afford it, whatever, that's okay. A great site is SkyVector to find all the charts you need. It's free there. It's just a little bit more cumbersome because it doesn't directly come into the Avitab. And you don't get navigational data with it. But anyway. All right, QNH, again, is 30.34. If we go back, page 1 here, ICE deviation is +3, so 3/30.34 into the ICE deviation. Execute that. Go to the fix page, runway 8. Okay, I think I actually had to put 08 here. Yep. All right, get rid of that. Do the airports charts again. And let's see what's 8 here. Oh, that's Houston. Albuquerque. 8. Of course, 82. 82, and we'll do 10 miles. Reference 82, and we'll do 4.5 miles. And 82 and 3.5. All right, perfect. Go back to our legs here. And now we're going to go to our arrival. Lizard 3 arrival. And we're going to make sure that it's set properly. So, JETOs, 280 knots, 3,026, that is set properly. Lizard 250, 18, 14, that is set properly. Mikan 15, 13 set properly. Harpy 13, 11 set properly. And then we're going Comro 210, 1000 set properly. So that is all set properly. Then we'll go to our approach page, ILS runway 8. And we'll go out here. We're going to set the altitude, MCP altitude, down to our capture altitude, which is going to be 6,300 feet. And then we're going to scroll down here. Our decision altitude is going to be 5,527, so we'll set that in our minimums. Seven. Set that. Perfect. We'll go ahead and set the altimeter as well. 3034. Get that ready to switch over. If we do have to make a go around, which I've had to make go arounds here in Albuquerque, we'll climb to 5,800 feet. Runway heading. Then we'll climb right. Once we've hit 5,800 feet, we'll climb right. A right turn to 8,000 and direct to the Albuquerque VOR, which is, again, the back. So we'll come in, we have to go around, we'll climb to 5,800 feet. Once we reach 5,800 feet, we'll make a right turn to 079 degrees, basically straight to the Albuquerque VOR. That's what we'll have to do if we do a missed approach. And that's to avoid the cliffs / ridge line that's over here. All right. Now that that's set, a couple other things we want to do. Set our speed brakes. Our auto speed brakes, our auto brakes, we're going to set them to 2. The long runway, no reason to do anything with that. All this should be fine. Fast seatbelt sound is going to come on. Chimes, auto. We'll wait till we get closer to make the announcement. We're going to be descending here. That's set properly. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see if I think I'm good. Nope, we haven't crashed. Absolutely not. 309, set that. A couple things we also want to do here. We want to set our navigational radios to the ILS frequency, which is 111.9. So we're going to set that. Send that over 111.9, and we'll do that on both. Send that over. All right. You buttered? Good. Nope, we haven't crashed. Okay, let's see. I don't know where I registered that. It's okay. It's okay. There's something else I wanted to do, and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, course. That's important. Course is 82, so we need to set that in our course. Otherwise, we will not pick up the ILS properly. 82. We'll maintain our heading until we actually get down there. I'm interested to see how this descends. I'm hoping that it descends gracefully and not like a rock that it has been doing. Not so confident that it's not going to drop out of the sky, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Steve, I'll help you with that. You just watch and learn. It's not hard. In fact, you don't even have to use the VOR lock, but I highly recommend it. I'll show you how I do it. There's a couple ways you can do it, but my way's always worked. So unless there's been some type of issue with the actual approach. All right, 25 miles here. Go ahead, X-Men, ask it. Oh, you're right, 79. My bad. You're right, Dean. I was thinking, yeah, you're right, 79. I don't know where I got 82 from. That's a good question. Was it from, maybe from the start? I don't know. I don't know where I got 80. I don't know. X-Man, go watch my tutorial on autopilot in iOS. I released it last week. Go watch it. I explain exactly how to do that. We're at 15 miles, top descent. See, I don't think, flight level 3,000 or below, and there's no way you're going to meet that with like 5 miles. There's no way. There's no way. I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm gonna let it do its thing. Everyone better hold on, because this is gonna get bumpy. All right. 10-mile difference between top descent and that first waypoint. I got it descend 4,000 feet. I mean, if I was flying a Cessna 172 at 100 miles per hour, I could do it, but I don't know. I definitely am going to be sitting here ready to extend my speed brakes here. Yep, there it is again, dropping like a rock. That's just not right. That's better. 2750, 2800, that's more reasonable. But still, it seems that, yeah. So that initial drop just drops like ridiculous. It's still like it's just too much. I should, in a 737, I should not be having to use speed brakes on the entire descent. I should not be having to do that. That is a Airbus thing that you often have to use to maintain speeds. Not in a 737. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done with that little bit of venting there. All right. Glad you're enjoying your flight. Left tooth, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate that. Just hope we make it. Yeah, we'll make it. If I have to do a 360, I'll do a 360, but I think I'm fine. I think we're good. I just don't like the descent rates that the VNav gives you. It's one of the last 7 or 8 streams I've done my descents on vertical speeds, and because of that. Nope, I didn't. Why don't you make your own livery? You mean, this one? I did. It's Flight Club and Solaris put together. How do you know how far to set the vertical speed? There's a simple rule, basically. I think it's like for every... Oh gosh, I can't remember. Generally what I do is I look at my descent path that I get over here, and I'll do vertical speed according to that on the descent. But before that, usually about 20 miles out, I'll start my descent with vertical speed at about 2,000 feet per minute, and that usually it reaches pretty good. I can't remember exactly, but there is a ratio. It's like 10 to 1 or 5 to 1 or something like that. For every 5 miles, you drop 1,000 feet or something like that. I can't remember the exact thing, but there is a way to do that. Where can you download the livery? Right now, that livery is not available anywhere. I have also another Flight Club livery that is only available to Flight Club members. Tap04, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate that. Yeah, the one I'm currently flying is not available anywhere. I do have another one that is available currently to Flight Club members only, which either can join on Patreon or Twitch, but Patreon at $3 a month to get access to those and other downloads, other liveries, and checklists and things of that nature for the A319, the A320, etc. Special chat and Discord, credits on my recorded videos, etc. Yeah, it happens. YouTube's so funny in the way that they do things nowadays. You'll think you're subscribed because you keep seeing my new videos on your, home page, but that's just because you watched them in the past. And it's just like giving you, recommended watches, so... Yeah, we are close. Go ahead, Aaron, with your question. Um, is there no, okay, are you currently on air traffic control? Like, are you currently being controlled by someone? Because if you are, they will hand you off to the appropriate frequency. If you're flying into an area that is not controlled, but you're entering airspace, generally they will do a contact me message to you saying, hey, contact me on this frequency. So generally that's what they'll do. If not, just go to one, and just say you're checking in, and they'll say, you need to contact this one, and they'll send it to you. So switch over to standard here. Approach mode. Yoke. Approach checklist. Registration is good. ATI's off. Approach briefing is discussed. As outbooks checked and set. Altitude instruments. Set approach age checked. Okay, fantastic. Alright, let's slow her down here. Albuquerque traffic, Solaris 1133 descending through 18,000 feet on the Lizard 3 arrival for ILS runway 8. Albuquerque traffic. No problem here. I freaking fly on miles the earn of this flight. I don't know. 0. I don't have anything like that. That would be cool though if there was like some way. There's got to be a way. I have to look into it. I'm sure there's a way that. I know on Twitch they do the thing where you can like it counts your minutes and gives you points for it. There's a way you can do it on YouTube. Or it could like give y'all points and call them frequent flyer miles or something. I don't know. I'll look into it. Albuquerque, yes, was on earlier. Good guy, smooth flight. Cool, Brandon. Yeah. He was on earlier. He actually, right before I entered his airspace, he went offline. That was so sad. Very shortly, sir. I'm talking like minutes here. We are on our descent and about to be on our approach here in Albuquerque. How hard, Brandon? So they already have your squawk code on file. So if you've been assigned a squawk, they'll deal with all that. You don't have to worry about that. So if they want to assign you a new squawk, they'll assign you a new squawk. They'll let you keep what you have. They'll let you keep what you have. They'll take care of all that. Oh, -1,000. Ouch. Ouch. Low. Oh. You just damaged that landing gear. Ouch. We're gonna see how hard it is if the new updates change anything. Huh. Okay. Well, that's good. I don't know why that gave it. Just take it. Just take it. You never know with the updates. Sometimes the updates can throw things off. So. Slow down here. Landing lights come on. Turn off lights on. On fast seatbelts on. Got to ATC, not there. We'll do a prepare for landing announcement here. Ladies and gentlemen, please go and return to your seats. Seatbelts securely fastened. By the way, all electronic devices will be landing here shortly into Albuquerque. We do want to thank you again for flying with Flight Club and Solaris Airlines. Hope you join us again here shortly, and hope you had a good flight. Aaron, thanks for the $5, man. Appreciate that. Man, you just rained in cash down on me, aren't you? $10 on Monday, $5 today. I do appreciate it, though. I really do. It does cost me a good bit of money to do this, so thank you. I do appreciate that. As turbulent ever explained to land, I dropped 2,000 feet and sped up within a few seconds. I was at 5,000 when it had happened to. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Let me check the chart real fast. Really super happy on this. Interesting. Direct in. Probably normally we get radar vectors. No, go straight in. Okay. Make a define perfect landing. Define perfect landing. I don't know, Brandon. Sometimes I land over 200. Especially with the updated Zibo, you never know. Right. Feeling negative 168. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You good mods for X-Plane? Yeah, I can. Thought I had. Maybe broke, but I do know when to show some love. Nice. I appreciate it. Don't go broke on my account, that's for sure. All right, we're going to do something here. We're going to do a heading select out. I don't like what it's doing, so we're going to push out just a little bit in order to grab that arrival here. Because normally I've been getting radar vectors at this point, so. And they probably would have turned me out, then do a right turn, then a right in. I'll do a little bit of a shortcut here. Alright, I'm going to go silent, guys. I'll see you back after I land here. Or if I have to go around. If you have any questions, of course, you can let me know. And I'll do my best to answer them after the fact. Going sterile. One more thing, put your landing rates in the chat. Let me know what you think I'm going to land at.
Thousand to go. Thousand to go. Thousand feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set. Approaching minimum. 400. 300.
Flight slow.
200.
Flight slow.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alrighty. Not bad, not bad. A little bit of an issue on the approach there, but took care of it nice and easy, and now we were nice and on the ground. So fantastic. Let's get this thing off the runway here. Clear up the runway for any other air traffic in the area, which I know there's none, but you know, got to simulate it, right? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albuquerque International. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight. We taxi into the gate here shortly. And then, courtesy of Flight Club, you'll be able to see a live replay of the landing. Alrighty, guys. That was not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that landing. All things considered here. Get those landing lights off. Just lights to steady. Get that APU on here. Let's get that to alt off. All right. Now let's get taxied to the gate. Albuquerque traffic, Solaris 1133, clear of runway 8. Albuquerque traffic. Let's see where we're going to be taxiing to here. What's the hobby? Give me Albuquerque. Gosh. Airport info here. Taxiing via Alpha. Albuquerque traffic, Solaris 1133, taxiing to the gates via Alpha. Right. Flight director's off. Airspeed bug 100 knots. Yeah, guys, if you guys want to support me, the best way to do that is over at Patreon. That's gonna be your best option there. If you don't want to do that over at Patreon, then I suggest if you want to do a one-time donation or something like that, and you don't want anything, in return or whatever, go over to Streamlabs and do it through PayPal. That way I get 90-something% and not the 70% that YouTube give me if you did it through Super Chats. Super Chat, they take 30%. Anyway, do not require it at all. You guys do not have to give me anything. I would appreciate it. It does cost a lot of money here to do everything I did here. Tell, thank you so much, sir, for the $5 pledge over on Patreon. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Only if you stay for a month. I do appreciate you giving that $5 over on Patreon. Very much appreciate that, sir. Right. Where is the terminal? Oh, it's still a ways down. Okay. Probes can come off. Just turn those on. And we'll go ahead and kill. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. It's off. We're going to kill the right engine as we taxi here. And that's because the ground staff's usually waiting on the right side, so we don't want to accidentally cause any issues with them. Quicker turnaround, the better. So we'll just do a one engine taxi right now to the gate. Then once we get to the gate, I'll put it in park, and I will do the usual. Go back. We'll look at that landing from the exterior point of view, and then we'll go on the inside, and I'll close it out. We'll be done. But yeah, it was really fun. I like this stream. It's a lot more relaxed. It's very casual and everything. It was really nice. Been a while since I think last time I streamed was Monday, so I've been needing to get back at it. Let's get parked up here. Later, Tay, appreciate it again for the $5 on Patreon, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tap. I appreciate that. Excuse me. Later, another Flight Simulator X-Plane 11. Thank you, sir, for stopping by. Again, we'll do a replay here in just a second of that landing. Earning them miles, yeah. Exit light off. All right, parking brake, Engine 1 coming off. All right. Disconnect from VATSIM here. Finish my flight. And we'll go replay mode. And we'll take it from here. Had to use my speed brakes a little bit to slow down because I forgot to change my auto speed, but I fixed that and I was able to drop them before I got too close. But nice easy landing, really smooth. I liked it. Yeah, you guys said it's really smooth. It's true. It was really smooth. So. Of course, I hate that there's absolutely nothing around here, but that's because, again, to stay on VATSIM, I have to keep the stuff down really far, because X-Plane sucks at optimization, so. I was hoping I hit the captain bars, but, oh, it's so close. So close to touching down the captain bars. Still a good landing though. And look how close I get. I flare and it's like, nope, just over it. Oh. Alrighty guys. You guys know what this means, and it's time for me to say sayonara, goodbye, peace today. Alright. Discord, links there in the chat. How do I update VATSIM? Just update your X-Pilot. If you guys want to donate, again, links right there. Of course, Patreon is a monthly thing, but you also get some benefits over on Patreon.com/InnerFlightClub. Be sure to subscribe and like. Subscribe. That way you get notified when I go live. Well, you have to hit the bell notification icon to get notified when you go live. So subscribe, then hit the bell notification icon. Also, don't forget to hit the like on the button on the video itself. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. I do appreciate every single one of you who stopped by. Whether you donated, you didn't donate, doesn't really matter to me. The fact that you're here and watching and enjoying the content is all I really need. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time up in the sky.